Full with thoughts, I'm raw to the core. Step forth on the shore and enrich in the sunset. Or could he taunt the remorse for the corpse if you walk and get caught in the mid of the spun webs? Plenty to say but never to face, cause talking is different in subtext. Sent to your grave, you mention my name, be more than a little bit upset. Cause a significant slugfest, jaws will be swimming in, comes make sores that we're bringing to cut next. Cause get skipping your lungs, breath forming a symptom that's just force an equivalent buzz. Get more than a brilliant rush yet, always specifically cut when I take it all to the wire, causing a fire and then pouring a lyric and bond them gory and minimal cuts when scoring a script to this blood clefts. More with this literature on bends, always hit this just to run stress. Normally kick with some drum stems. Pause just to think as I bun heads. All the decisions of young men morph into this was a tough test. Fortune and imminent success. Forming a disc was a rough bend. Still always equipped with swords on my hips, so I'm sure if he diss, I'll be drawing a chip. Take caution when warring with him. His sword's pretty hid, but always at grip if you contest. Cause they talked of him since he walked into this, but talking as if he weren't by the old and the old that he spits. While I'm talking to riddles with such depth, poor individuals with gut strength. All of the minimal touch then. You're into this and it's just stress. Falling of the victims are touch ends. Corpses are dripping me, he got dead. But then Djibb and he comes fresh, all of his kitten with some meds. All he could bring was his dumb threats, hoarding his shit in our fuck sets, causing the drippers are undressed. Hold this within it with some chest, more divided or I'm upspent. War with a lyric, I already did it, I've done men. Forcefully kissing your gums, get horns that'll hit if you tusk it. Hoarding this living in such mess, drawing an image in dust bags. Floors that I glisten with brush heads, all of the pictures I took kept forming a print of my footsteps. Orbiting in as I jump yet, surely you think that it would end. Still entitled, it makes sense, I was born with an intricate subject. All that is scripture with love hence, stories are written with such depth. Author of this and its success, sure to be literate subtext. Forming a list which is just check, all of it's ticked and it bugs them, eh? Causing an itch to your dumb head, forcing your wig to lift up then. Nor individual for fun when you're into this as your look spent. Raw with a written, so come then, talk on a pitch. I saw her in a wing and in comes Champ. Forward the hissing from some leg, balls into kidding and touch nets. You're in position of subs bench, sure to be different, look just check. Jury was risen and thus said, caught with his lyrical bug yet. Saw your opinions and judge them, order I'm bringing to such mess. Launch with a system I've upkept, flaunted the privilege, love them. Forcing your pillars to crush when storming your kingdom to rush men. Horses are kicking up dust, yeah. Talking for England but just fled, tore into villains and chuck them. Corner I'm picking, I cut fresh, awkward at minimum, punch check. Pauses to pivot and run left. Taunt as I swing and I duck them. Fury I'm hitting this up vex, walking the ring and it's success. Talking this whipping this front end, causes a bidding and unrest. Warring with Djibb and it must then call it a ritual. Cause when I just kept all of this in it was unkept. Stalk you with scriptures I just penned, moment that lives on your front step. It's this love web, forming a script to give some sense. Normally wit is a fun friend, always was skinny but pluck strength. More than a twig in its love nest. Hawk to a pigeon in comes lend, all these epiphanies just bless. All that's within me is just left, Lord just forgive me I confess. Organs and hymn sheets I must press, causes an infinite rush them. Thoughts are unlimited but said I still probably won't do 1k. Talking a city from much less, morph into Djibb, he's a good egg. Caught and it quits, I'm a dunce edge, fall on the brink of this success. Or could he kick up a fuss then forging a pin to your mom's web, force you to listen to bloodshed. Force to deliver for some checks, or you can click and then collect. Auction and this isn't much sense, pawning the king it becomes check. Sure you can figure it's just chess. Stalking your city in Dutch jets, war is an egg is just said. Launching the critical subtext, sort of scriptures of love bled. More than a million books, yeah. More than civilians could spend all for the minimum fuss yet. All I was given was suspense, plausible spirit that books men call me a chicken I pluck. Hence all of the chords that I brought from before. Step forth from this jaw of this kip in the sunset. Of course I was raw, we'll be talking no more of this literally uplifts. Borers are picking incomes, pep horns will be swinging ass box heads. Formal with literature profess, walking illiterates, cause then all of them skip a just run test. And sure of a wizard who's hoarding the rhythms and taunts that'll kill him to dump stress. Spawning his system corrupts them, pause to get living and push next. Joy your resistance is up, check thoughts that are pinching it's just left. All of your shillings and none less. Pour when the syllables rush heads, claw from my winnings with such strength. Author that's hitting his bus sense. Scorch with a lyric is sun breath, snorking and dipped to a substep. Aborted the mission and just fled, sort of adrift and I sunk kept, forcefully swimming for some breath. War isn't simple, it's just stress. Norman is living above deck, porting the ship in the rough edge. Walk to get village with enough men, storming the villa and hunt gems. Old to the Winchester pub then, or to get drinks for the fun fest. Shorter than living but undead, more than the wind if I run breath. Wanted to blizzards to gush west. When days are through there's always the news. Talk to the midlands from some desk. I walk in at 6 but in comes 10. Fall for the script and I just vent. Talking to England with enough chest. Corporate and ringing but fuck them. Balls that I dribble I must spend. All in the city I run lengths already winning this up 10. Call the decision it's done ref. Normal to stick if it just says all you deliver is on red. Scorching this scissored in some beds. Caution for this, it is done best. Call to the script if it's suspect. Water in this till it could stretch. Always equipped with a good stem. Cautious decisions we just kept forming us within a rough test. Warden that lives in this jug then. Walked in the system I love when more from the figure that comes then. Portal it into the subject. Force on the grip to this pump ends. Warmness that lives in my blood stems. Scorch in the kitchen with some chest forming a dish I whip up when forging a signature sun check. Follow me slippers a much mess. Sorted the grip and it's just bread. Pause for a picture in suspense. Caught in the clip of this gun check. Yours are the triggers your bust next. Roll when I give him some cut edge. All of your citizens gun dead. More of a vigilant plus less sure. I'm bigger than a much breath. Claws that are gripping a cut when pause of decisions of bump heads. All this is simple to some vets. Bought me a crib in this love nest. Quarters I'm living with just pence. Normally crippled with such rent. Oh easy ripping his blood hence. Sauce that I'm dripping in comes fresh. Surely you think it was done then. More of this kicking and drum. Them storms to begin to erupt yet. All this is ticking is done. Test form that I'm giving in looks check. Surely be hindering some stress. Force for the kick to the front leg. Walks on this bridge of a good stretch. Gore that a witness is just kept stored in the pit of this grub's den. Orderly trimmings and stuff breast. Force for the snipping a tough hedge. Cautiously finished the rough edge. Storm was has risen and tucks them. Lawn of a king when it's cut fresh. Caused to restrict but I tug when forced to dimness I clutch them. Torches I've since lit to sus death. Ball like it's cricket I run lengths. Over and innings I stump them. Lord of the rings and a fun quest. Orcs and a whip if I plug them. Chords that drift into subject. Joy that it picks and becomes fen. Thoughts that are bliss for the nush pet. Cause the Dominican sunset or an equivalent nuff nest. You're giving shivers in comes head. Normally pivot I sus them. Forward decisions can run left. Cause when thoughts have imprisoned it just then. Forms of the system that suck yet. Called you to live in this bunk bed. Talk as a villain that just left. Force that I'm bringing could crush lead. Launching a brick at his mug's head. Forks in the distance that look wedge. Caused me to pick the stuff ahead. Forks that just picks up at sunset. Taunt to get rid of the sunfed. Launching a giving us just then. Forced to be sick as a crud mess. Orca that swimming in tough depths. All of these images come fresh. Talk as I'm living it upset. Or for just skinning up stressed. Always with Djibb to this blunt end. Poured to the rizzo with buns heads. Courses just drifted the puns when rawness. I'm living with cuts edge. Causes significant gun threats. Warned of a killer that hums deaf. Sword the musician that strums text. Torture with and bust led. Not of his victims are thus left. Hold for the disc, come and touch deck. Pause with his skip with his cassette. Always did this to the fun went. Soar in the river of love. Hence thoughts of wish the plumb ends. Djibb man, I want to dedicate that one to Asa B. Man like Beezy. The legend lives on. Surge Talent Media.